Hey everyone, Trashcan here. Today will be a special time because I will be talking about something so sad, yet so beautiful. So now, excuse me, I have to get aboard the field train.
Oi.
Hey. Toho is great, and art is bad. Oh, what the fuck is this? Was this drawn by some drunken middle-aged man? Oh, what makes Toho special is the fandom. You got really amazing fan projects like 3D animations all the way to fan-made animes. This shit is great. Then you got the fan art. They're much better compared to games art, like this. Wait, is this really the right image? I thought there was something nicer than his head with legs. Moving on, the whole community has made their way to create their own stories of the game, like Koichi's heart-throbbing adventure and Summer Day's Dream. But so far my favorite one has been Osana Reimu and its sequel, Reimu. So I will be reviewing the duology, this first video being the first part, Osana Reimu, and the second video being its sequel, Reimu. I will be using the dubbed version. It's not the best, but I like it. Before I continue, this video contains massive spoilers. I found you. Now, onto the review.
いつか大人になって思い出に変わったらまたここで出会いましょう私は待ってるから
So Osana Reimu sets place before the 6th game. It tells about Reimu's childhood and about her mother, whose name isn't really told. And of course, Rumia, who goes by her popular fanon, is an evil sealed in a can in the present day and is adult during this time. Now it may seem weird how Rumia is a very important character when in the game series when she have only appeared 2 times. But how they set her in this story, it really works in my opinion. They gave her a personality and how she is in person, instead of you small shitsap before getting brutally beaten up by Reimu or Marisa. The first episode is very cute in my opinion. I mean, I don't know how to put this to words, just watch this.
あの巫女、こんなとこに呼び出して何の用だよ。あー、来ないで。ひひひひ、待てレム。お賽銭をよこせ。お賽銭くださいますか?
So Hakurei Miko is going on a yokai hunting and puts flesh-eating yokai to babysit Reimu. That's a very caring mother. It's like you put a bitch to babysit your child. Back to the episode, Reimu goes with Rumia to catch some bugs. I just have to say, Reimu is fucking adorable when she was a child. And I don't care what you others say. You call this adorable? Well, fuck you. This is adorable. Reimu catches one horned insect and Reimu being a special child, she doesn't like it as much as common two-horned insect. Reimu's a special child indeed. When it's evening and Miko returns from her yokai hunting, she questions what are the two doing. When they ask her which beetle is better, she smugly says money is the strongest. Quite a woman she is. First episode is very well put together to make it entertaining to watch and introduce us to Reimu and Rumia. Moving on to second episode. Now second episode introduces us to Rinosuke, one of the few men in Gensokyo. It sucks for Rinosuke when everyone else in Gensokyo is a lesbian. We also hear about him bringing someone with him. When Reimu and Rumia are behind the shrine playing, they notice a hat in the bush. and then it starts moving. When they says the hat, it hits a tree, and can you guess who is owner of the big hat? It's Marisa. We get to see how Reimu and Marisa met. Now in PC 98 era, it was shown how Reimu and Marisa met, and it went like this. Well son, the creator of the series said that PC 98 is not canon. So if that's the case, we don't know how they met and how they became friends. But what I love about these fan stories is that fans try to give more backstory to these characters and tell us more about them. Maybe that is one of the reasons why we haven't got official Toho anime yet. Inosuke tells that Marisa is so shy that she doesn't have any friends in the village, and hopes bringing her in the shrine she could make friends. And what does the Hakurei Miko say about this? Just leave her alone and fucking joint logs Rinnosuke. While doing that, she tells people don't make friends, people become friends. Man, isn't it great to have friends, right guy? Oh, right. I don't have any. Then later we hear at the beginning why Marisa was in the bush. Because he wanted to join Reimu with her, whatever that is. And after that, everyone is happy. Yay, the end. Now what I think about this episode. I really like this reimagined way of Reimu and Marisa met. It's much more wholesome than the way they met in Story of Eastern Wonderland. Third episode starts with Yukari coming to shrine where Reimu and Marisa are playing with lipstick. Again, this is adorable. If I had a wholesome counter, I will tell you, it will be on fire at this point. Yukari paid Miko for her last extermination and they're having a hilarious party. As a side note, Marisa's and Reimu's faces, they're so adorable. In this episode, we get to see what happened with Rumia before she came to the shrine. Rumia has a hunger that can never be satisfied, so she has eaten a lot. I mean, a lot of humans. Just look at how many schools there are. Yukari tells a warning coming from her old friend and says to stop eating humans. When Rumia asks why yokai even exist in Gensokyo if they truly hate it that much, Yukari answers with the person coming next to might be able to answer her. And of course, the person who came after her was Miko. After she beats Rumia, Rumia asks her why she won't kill her. Even if she defeated her, she won't stop eating humans, and it will dozens if hundreds more. So after threatening to eat more humans, Miko ties her to a tree near the shrine. After Miko leaves her alone, Reimu is there with Rumia behind a tree. I mean, leaving your child near a man-eating yokai is pretty bad idea, but her mother comes pick up her up for meal. After the day passes, Reimu is again with Rumia, and she asks Reimu again what does she want. She answers with who are you, and where Rumia answers, Reimu replies she don't care and asks is she hungry and offers her a rice ball. Miko comes to the scene and picks her up saying she can't take her eye off her and says this yokai isn't worth feeding. When they're about to leave, Reimu secretly leaves her the rice ball. You know, it's pretty cute, but the only problem is she didn't leave it near enough here to reach it. Days pass and Reimu appears every day with a rice ball, and at one rainy day, Reimu comes with her mother to Rumia and gives her an umbrella. It's really sweet of her. Later when Reimu comes again visit Rumia to give her food, she gets hungry too and splits the food so she and Rumia can eat together. There's just something special about this scene. It's just so perfect, I don't know how to put it to words. After that, we can see Rumia being happy. Do you notice at the start when Yukari was warning Rumia? Well, she doesn't seem very happy. She is lonely and sad. That's why it's so satisfying to see her happy. And Reimu being the cute little shit she is, she eats the rest of Rumia's rice ball. I might have not mentioned this, but this show's soundtrack is really great.
喧嘩をしたこと大人にかぶり今投げ出してしまえたら
It just puts a tear in my eye how beautiful it is. The episode doesn't quite end there. Yukari wakes Rumia and says, happiness will not stay forever. Have a good taste of it when you still have it. Keep that sentence in mind. She mentions Rumia hasn't eaten any human ever since then. Rumia responds that she found something that tastes better.
どうだうまいか やっと
私が食べたかったもの。
And then it's revealed what she really wants to eat.
君の
Now what I think of this episode? It was pretty dark, but I really like how they showed us how Rumia ended in the Hakure shrine to look after Reimu.
心を揺さ
Episode 4 starts with Reimu and Rumia looking through flower book and Reimu looking them as food. I really like this beginning scene. It's just funny and it doesn't feel forced. Rumia asks what else she does see in them and the answer is funny.
例えば、
探そう。
In the morning, they go hike in the garden. Rumia wants to increase Reimu's ladylikeness, but during her lecture, Reimu chases a butterfly and wanders off. Meanwhile, Rumia and Miko are searching for her. Rumia tells her that this garden is owned by a terrifying yokai, Kasami Yuka. And as you guessed, Reimu is picking flowers off the ground, while the yokai stands behind her. Well, we might now pay our respects.
They hear her scream and Rumia rushes instantly after Reimu and she is obviously very scared. But soon it's revealed she is just tickling Reimu. Thank goodness! I will be heartbroken if that cute pup died. Later Yuka asks what happened to Rumia when she came hiking with them.
別に私が誰と付き合ってもあんたには関係ないでしょ。というか、
If you haven't noticed by now, in Osana Reimu, Rumia is a tsundere. Can't tell is that a good thing or bad, but she's just like that. Rumia asks is it okay that they're picking her flowers. Yuka doesn't seem to mind at all and tells some deep speech.
のよあれで生きてるものは誰だって生きてる意味を求めてるものなのよ。それがたとえ大なり小なりでもね。そしてあれがあの子たちが望んでいる生き方よ。でもってあの子たちの生き方を尊重するのが私の。
After that, Reimu comes to Rumia and tells her to close her eyes.
なんだよ、別に何も。頭
This is so sweet. I have no other words to describe this scene. It's just so sweet. When they're going back home after a good day and Rumia thinking what is her way of living, she gets hungry and Reimu laughs at her. What a cute scene. In the end, Rumia knows what is her way of living. This is one of my favorite episodes in the series. I can't describe how sweet this was and how they introduced us to Yuka. You know, the PC-98 Yuka. It just gave me a farm feeling. We have any more 4 episodes left to cover, so let's keep going. At this point of the series, there's one question that keeps going on in my head. That is Miko's backstory and why she keeps a mask on her face. Well, the 5th episode will tell us about it. In this episode, there's a festival going on. Reimu and her mother are playing the fish game and instead of using the net, Reimu half dives the water and... oh god, my eyes! Moving from that scene, Miko notices that people are whispering and she decides it's time to go back. Reimu gets upset because they weren't long in there, but she got happy when she heard Rumia is waiting for them. When they return, Rumia wonders why they came back so early, and Miko answers that they have a better view for fireworks. There obviously is something else that caused her to leave early, but we have to wait and see why is that. Rumia notices that Reimu's ribbon is gone, and because of that, she starts crying. When her mother says that she will buy her a new one, Reimu cries that she wants the old one back. We all have been like that at one point of our life. Rumia gives her own ribbon to her, and everyone is happy. The end. Nah, just kidding. At one point, Rumia asks a question that we all have been wondering. Probably, in all of our minds. Why does Miko wear a mask?
白麗の巫女はね、代々異変解決を生りとしているからね。いやでも妖怪には恨まれて、挙句の果てには同じ人間にさえ恐れられる始末さ。結局私はそんな周りの視線に耐えられなくて、仮面をかぶることでしか逃げれなかったのさ。レイムは今そんな周りの視線に気づいてないけど、そのうち大きくなったら、いや
I feel bad for her. People fear her when she did what she had to do.
何よ、いきなり大声なんか出して。
レムはあんたのこと恨んだりしない。レムはそんな子じゃない。私にはわかる。それに他の奴らがあんたのことをどう思ってるか私にわからないけど、少なくとも私は感謝してるから。だからそんな悲しいこと言うなよ。
Honestly, this far in the episode, it's been pretty sad. You expect it to be happy and sunshines like the episode we've seen, but no, it's just sad. I don't know what to say. I'm all sad. When Rumia is giving Reimu fireworks, Miko throws her mask at Rumia and she's beautiful.
当たり前でしょ、母ちゃんなんだから。あら、行こう行こう。
It's just hard for me to see Reimu see her mother's face. This has been built up since the beginning to this moment and it's amazing. This scene really makes me happy, even if earlier it was depressing. And so, the episode ends. But it doesn't quite end yet. Miko and Rumia are watching Reimu play with her toy and talk about happiness. Reimu trips over and hurts her hands, and when Rumia comes to take a look at them, something happens.
ぐらいだったら大丈夫。
It looks tasty. Now, this is a very worrying sign that something is wrong with Rumia. After Rumia sees her, she runs away to the forest. When Rumia arrives in the forest and questions what she was thinking, Yukari appears and tells her that her happiness will not stay forever and says she shall never go back to them again. And the episode ends. This episode was just sad. We got to know why Miko hides behind a mask, and the end really did shock me the first time I saw it. This show has been tricking us for 5 episodes straight, telling us it's a slice of life and sunshine, but in reality, it's so dark and sad. After this episode, things go even worse. Let's take a quick summary. In the past 5 episodes, we have been tricked to believe this is a happy show, but it did complete 180 during the 5th episode, revealing its true nature. Miko's responsibility has caused people to fear her, and Yokas to hate her to the point she hides behind a mask. Rumi has been alone until she met the Hakureis, and her condition has been foreshadowed since episode 3. Character development has been very strong since the first episode, which we can see with Rumia, who first was yokai who was always alone, all the way to living a daily life with the Hakureis. I hope you brought popcorn and few tissues because things are going to get interesting. 6th episode starts with a depressing tone and continues with Yukari's and Rumia's conversation. Yukari tells Rumia that she is hungry and she hasn't realized what she really wants to eat. Humans. After that, we see Rumia frying some fishes and it flashes to what Yukari said to her. She tells about forbidden symptoms. I'm too lazy to explain what it means, so I'll usually let Yukari explain it.
そうよ。あなたの体が人間を欲しているのよ。いくら他のものを食べたって、それはあなたの生きる糧にはならないわ。他の妖怪ならまたしも、
あなたは人食い妖怪。あなた、このまま人を食わなければ死ぬわよ。
So in short, she needs to eat humans in order to survive. Yukari tells her that she have prepared human meal for her, and if she doesn't follow her plan, she will end up eating every single human she encounters. She gives her 1 week to answer, and if she wants to see them again, she has to eat humans. Of course, she wants to see them, but she doesn't want to turn back what she was. Ran is worried about Yukari's plan because last time her plan went horribly wrong and many died because of it. Many man-eating yokai can survive without eating humans, so why Rumia can't survive without eating one? Well, Yukari tells that she is the last darkness yokai left. She eats darkness inherently found in humans and regulates it. And what she will face next is forced and dead. Yukari says to Ran that she needs to give her time until she can accept the truth. Days pass and Rumia struggles in hunger. This is easily one of the painful things to look at. Just seeing her struggle on the ground dying to hunger, it's not easy to look at. When she finally blacks out, she starts to hear someone shouting her name. And it's Reimu who's looking for her. Reimu is alone on the forest near Rumia, and I have a bad feeling it might not end well.
どうして来るんだよ。
ダメでしょ、一人でこんなところに来ちゃ。だって妖怪の森には怖い妖怪がいるって言ってるでしょ。
Rumia can't do it, because he doesn't want to hurt her. Reimu's mother came to pick her up and she looks angry for Reimu wandering alone in the forest of yokai. This world had ended with Reimu being eaten, but I'm glad it didn't happen because I don't want to see the tiny pup dead. Reimu starts crying when Rumia is nowhere to be seen. Miko says she'll be back because she loves Reimu very much. When she is leaving the forest, Yukari is waiting on the side and Miko says she understands, hinting that something might happen. As the credits pass, so pass Rumia's memories about Reimu and her mother. I'm not crying, you are! It's just so sad to see this. After all the happy times she spent with them, she can't go back because what yokai she is. I promise, I'm not crying. At night, Yukari comes to check on her, asking does she have the answer. Even after the suffering she went through, she answers with she won't eat humans. Yukari gets mad and shouts at her, and this is out of character of Yukari because she never shouts when she gets angry at something. All but Rumia says that she must go back to where Reimu is, and back to the better days. And then Miko comes in the scene. She then announces her apology and says she have to kill her now. I am fucking sad because 1. Rumia is starving to death when she doesn't want to eat humans anymore. 2. Reimu is looking for Rumia and she is very sad when she is nowhere to be seen. 3. Miko will kill Rumia. We'll see what happens in the next episode. 7th episode starts where we left off in the last episode. Rumia being fucking dead. Nah, I'm kidding. She broke someone who looks like Rumia with her. She says that Rumia is the darkness of the world and without her, night will never come and it will lead to a collapse of balance. And she made the girl to replace Rumia. Miko says that the model is complete, more advanced and of course, less nosy. She will take care of Rumia herself because Yukari's management of boundaries is useless because of her void. Now it might be just me, but I'm pretty sure Yukari will win if she used to open a gap between her body and slides her up, but okay. One of the saddest things in this episode is the person who Rumia cared about is trying to kill her. All of the happy moments with them will be worthless now. You see what I mean that Rumia is scary? Look at the spawn of Satan. Rumia asks Miko where everything until now a lie.
今までずっと騙してたの。
そうよ。
Pretty casually you answer to that when an angry yokai is ready to tear you apart. And so the fight between Hakure Miko and Rumiya starts. Everything they experienced together, every happy moment, was a lie, and Miko is planning to take Rumiya's life. So many people will be so angry for Miko or what she is doing, but I don't blame her, because she needs to do her job as a shrine maiden. I'm kinda surprised Rumiya is still able to move when she hasn't eaten humans to sustain herself. But I still feel like for other solution than ending Rumiya's life. She says that she approached Rumiya to make a model of her. Just when Miko is about to finish her off, Rumiya stabs her through the arm, forcing her to put Rumiya down. Rumiya got her now for sure, but as she is planning to end her, she starts to remember the happy moments and her past, so she hesitates and gives Miko enough time to get free from her grip. This fight is so sad to watch when you know none of them is really the bad guy, and none of them deserves this. Miko kicks Rumiya down, but it didn't finish her off, so she is an easy target now. But Rumiya hesitates again. So she aims her darkness blast to her mask, reflecting the shot. And then Miko blows Rumiya again. Miko uses one of her abilities, Hakure Boxing Hiki.
隠れ剣術ヒギは
Those hits were lethal, there is no way she would have survived that. But then it's revealed she used darkness to block the hits from her. But fair enough, they still got Rumiya knocked down enough where she can't stand anymore. It seems that it's almost over. She got Rumiya for sure. One more blow and she's done. Before the final moments happen, in Rumiya's mind she tells that she can't do it, and there's no way she can survive that. All of what she experienced might be lies, but to her that time was genuine. Oh god, I can watch this. It's just too sad. It's too painful to watch. I wasn't prepared. Even watching this the fourth time, it's still as sad. Why does it have to end like this? Miko uses her fantasy nature to finish off Rumiya. What is this? She missed? An easy hit and she missed her and hit slightly her upper arm. She can't be that clumsy. Rumiya starts talking about her fake daily life which made her happy. But in the end, she's once again alone.
遊ぼうルーミア大好き
I'm not crying. I'm not crying. I am crying. I'm fucking crying. My opinions on this episode. It's honestly really depressing. This show has extremely well made character building, especially when it's only 7 episodes long. It really makes you care about these characters. Usually when it's a final fight it makes you hyped up, but in this situation it makes you cry because Rumiya can do anything to her eating. All of the things we experienced with them was a lie, and the saddest part is that Rumiya is again alone. We have 1 episode left. I just want to thank you all for making it this far in the video. It means very much to me that you all made it this far. But we got a final episode left and our train ride is coming to the end. We come to the scene where Miko ran at Rumiya. There's dust flying in the air so we can't really see what happened to Rumiya. But as the dust flew off, we start to realize something. Rumia's darkness has penetrated clumsy Miko, and she missed Rumia. I am starting to think she didn't accidentally miss Rumia, and we see that the replacement was made of seals. Glowing rain start falling off the sky, which Yukari in tears respond, "Are you crying too, Gensokyo?" Well, guess what? I am fucking crying too! As Miko is dying, she starts to speak in Rumia. It's over just like this, and she apologizes because she lied. Because this is the only thing she can do in order to save her. Telling her that she can't die here yet. She finally found what she were looking for, finally reached happiness. Miko sacrificed herself so Rumia can reach her happiness, and she has done the most beautiful yet saddest thing. The whole fight was just part of her plan to get Rumia to kill her, so she can save Rumia. Miko tells that she has always been searching happiness by herself. This is really interesting. She found Reimu in the ruins of the village, so that means Reimu isn't technically a Hakurei, but an orphan who lost her parents during the last incident. It seems like it, but Miko made her the next upcoming Hakurei Shrine Maiden. Having Reimu and Rumia meet together, she found what she wanted. She was once happy already, and she has already received too much from the two of them. That happiness she was looking for. And now it's Rumia's turn to enjoy happiness. This makes me like Miko even more. She truly saw Rumia's sadness and wanted to give her that what she was always looking for. She will take care of Rumia's darkness if just for once she can listen to her capricious words. She said that as she put it on seal to Rumia. I am speechless. It was just so well made that I don't know what to say. And maybe I can't say anything anymore because of my tears. Yukari walks to the scene, discovering that Rumia turned into a child. So this is why she sacrificed herself. She wanted to seal off Rumia's darkness, and by doing so, it seems like she lost her memory as well. After she absorbed enough darkness to sustain herself for the rest of her life. She literally had a rebirth. Yukari puts her fingers under her jaw, readying her shot. But she stops, because this is what Miko wanted. As Yukari is heading off, she says nothing can restrict her anymore, and she can live however as she likes. Rumia definitely gets happy over that. Look at that cute smile. She is free, nothing can anymore restrict her. She doesn't need to eat humans anymore. Meanwhile, Yukari visits familiars and friends. We come at the Hakurei shrine and we see Reimu sitting outside the shrine. Yukari comes to speak to her, saying she has been wondering where she was. She suggests Reimu coming inside the shrine because it's a cold day and she will catch a cold if she sits there. Reimu responds that she will stay there. Yukari suggests her having breakfast with her. She says no. She tells that her mom told her Rumia will come back because Rumia loves Reimu. She starts crying and asks will they come back. It's so heartbreaking to see Reimu waiting for both and knowing that they won't come back. Reimu lost her mother and she is orphan again. Yukari hugs Reimu and says the same what she said to Rumia, so she do not have to take this anymore. As Reimu starts crying, Yukari says she is the last one, the last Hakurei left. She's still too young to understand the truth, and all she can do is wipe this part of her memory. After the ending credits, Reimu and Yukari are happily playing with the ball. Reimu hears something and it's revealed to be Rumia. Yukari obviously looks shocked, maybe because he's scared Reimu will start remembering again. Reimu is confused because he doesn't remember who she is. But even so Reimu said that, Rumia gets happy and jumps on her. That is a cute reference. After the field shrine, it's good to see something happy again. Yukari comes to them and says to Reimu that the girl is Rumia. Reimu is looking surprised and Yukari confirms it's her name and says it's a yokai, but a nice person. And a crybaby. As she was going to continue, she goes silent for a moment, but then continues saying that she is also the best friend of the person she cherishes the most. Isn't it clumsy, Miko-san? My final thoughts. This fan story never fails to impress me, because the characters are usually lovable and memorable, even if the show is only 7 episodes and 2 parts long. It had an amazing soundtrack, extremely well made character building, beautiful art style, great story, and it did really well when it did foreshadow of the future events. This kind of stuff makes me really happy to be part of the fandom. It made me happy, it made me sad, but most importantly, it found a place in my heart. Reimu won't come in a while because writing this script and editing it took me really long to do, and it's rather exhausting to do this long video. But it's all for what I put into this piece of media. I can safely say this, Osana Reimu is one of the greatest pieces that Toho community has ever created. But how well did they do in the sequel, Reimu? Well, it will be another story for another day.